Good morning, dear students. In today's class, I will discuss some more word problems from the chapter Maxima and Minima. Let us start with this problem given in an NCERT book. A tank with rectangular base and rectangular sides open at the top is to be constructed so that its depth is 2 meter and volume is 8 meter cube. That is, depth of the tank is 2 meter and the volume of the tank is 8 meter cube. If building of the tank costs rupees 70 per square meter for base and rupees 45 per square meter for sides, what is the cost of least expensive tank? Okay, so you can see if the building of the tank costs rupees 70 per square meter for the base, the cost of construction of the base is rupees 70 per square meter and rupees 45 per square meter for the sides. What is the cost of least expensive tank? We have to find least expensive tank, means we have to find the minimum cost. Least means minimum cost of construction of the tank. So we have to find minimum value of C, where C is the cost of construction of the tank. So this is the tank which is to be constructed. Given the height of the tank is 2 meter, and what we have assumed, the x be the length of the base of the tank and y be the breadth of the base of the tank. Also given that you can see the volume of the tank is 8 meter cube, that is length into breadth into height equal to 8. So x into y into 2 equal to 8, and from this relation you can say x into y equal to 4. Volume equal to 8, and from that you get xy equal to 4. Now what we have to find? The least cost of least expensive tank, that is the minimum cost of construction of the tank. What is given? You can see rupees 70. The cost of building the tank is rupees 70 per square meter for the base. Now what is the area of the base? It is length into breadth, xy meter square. What is the cost of construction per square meter? Its cost of construction is rupees 70. For the base, cost of construction is rupees 70 per meter square. Its area is xy meter square, so its total cost of construction of the base will be 70 xy. So I have written, let's see with the cost of construction of the tank, C equal to 70 xy. This is the cost of construction of the base. Total area of the base is xy meter square. Cost is rupees 70 per meter square for base, and therefore total cost of construction will be 70 into xy. And you can see and rupees 45 per square meter for the sides. Now if you consider this side, of the tank, its area is 2 into y, length breadth 2 into y, so its area is 2y. Similarly, its opposite sides, area of this part is also 2y. Total area of these two side walls is 2y plus 2y, 4y. And what is the cost of construction? For 2y plus 2y, 4y meter square. And what is the cost of construction? Rupees 45 per meter square. So for these two sides, cost of construction will be 4y into 45. Total area 2y plus 2y, 4y into 45. Next, what is the area of this side? Area of this part, this wall. Now area of this is, you can see the length is x, this length is x, and this length is 2. So area of this part, 2 into length into breadth, 2x. Area of front side is 2x. Similarly, area of back side is also 2x. So total area of the front face plus opposite face is 4x, and cost of construction is again rupees 45 per meter square. So 4x into 45. So this is the cost of construction of the base, cost of construction of side faces, cost of construction of front and back faces. So C equal to xy equal to 4, you can see, so it will be 280 plus 4 into 45, it will be 180 y plus 180x. Now to find the minimum value of c, we have to express c either in terms of x or in terms of y. That is, you have to express c in terms of single variable. So using this relation, y equal to 4 by x, so it will be 720 by x. If we put y equal to 4 by x, 720 by x plus 180x, this is c. Okay, now we have to find the minimum value of c. Here we have expressed c in terms of one variable, so now you can easily find the minimum value of c. So dc dx equal to, it will be, derivative of this is 0, derivative of this will be minus 720 by x square plus 180. Next step, we have to solve dc dx equal to 0, and if we solve dc dx equal to 0, minus 720 by x square plus 180 is equal to 0. From this relation we will get x equal to plus minus 2. But what is x? The length of the base. X cannot be negative, so x must be equal to 2. So right, but x is greater than 0, so x must be equal to 2. Next we have to find d2c dx square. This is our dc dx. We will find d2c dx square. So d2c dx square equal to this 1440 by x cube, and so d2c dx square, our stationary point is x equal to 2. At x equal to 2, it will be 1440 by 8. We can see this is positive, and therefore c is minimum. That is, cost of construction is the minimum when x equal to 2. Now c equal to 280 plus 720 by x plus 120x. This is the value of c in terms of x only. Before differentiating, we express c in terms of one variable. Now we have seen c is the minimum when x equal to 2. So putting x equal to 2 here in this relation, we will get the minimum value of c. So if we put x equal to 2, we will get c equal to 280 plus 720 by 2 plus 180 by 2 equal to 1000. So this is the minimum cost of construction of the tank, rupees 1000. Our next question is again from NCERT book. Show that height of the cylinder of maximum volume. You can see maximum volume means you have to show the volume of the cylinder is maximum. When show that height of the cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is twice r by root 3. Okay. Also find the maximum volume. We have to show that the volume. We have to show the volume of the cylinder will be maximum when its height is 2r by root 3. Height is twice r by root 3. Let us draw a rough figure of this. So here I have drawn one cylinder inside the given sphere of radius r. What we have to prove? If we draw different cylinders inside a sphere of radius r, the largest cylinder, that is the cylinder whose volume is maximum, will be of height 2r by root 3. Given a sphere of radius r, what radius r is given means r is constant. So a sphere is given. Inside the sphere, if we draw cylinders of different shapes, then we will see the cylinder whose volume is largest will be of height 2r by root 3. So this is what we have to prove. So first of all, I have drawn one cylinder inside the given sphere. R is the radius of the sphere. Suppose r, small r, is the radius of the base of the cylinder, and suppose h is the height of the cylinder. So we have assumed h equal to height of the cylinder, r equal to radius of the base of the cylinder. H is the height, r is the radius of the base. Now clearly these two parts, the height of the cylinder will be along the diameter. This length will be h by 2 and this part will be h by 2. Now in this triangle AB. This is a right angled triangle because it is a right circular cylinder. So in the right triangle OAB, if we apply the Pythagoras theorem, we'll get r square equal to h by 2 whole square plus small r square. So we'll get r square equal to h by 2 whole square plus r square. So r square equal to h square by 4 plus r square. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove that, show that the height of the cylinder of maximum volume. We have to show the volume is maximum when the height of the cylinder is twice r by root 3. So we have to show, as we have to show volume is maximum, we will write let V equal to volume of cylinder. V equal to volume of cylinder. What is the formula? V equal to pi r square, radius of the base of the cylinder, into h. Now here we have two variables, r, radius of the base. We have assumed r as the radius of the base. We have assumed h as the height of the cylinder. So these two are variables. To find the maximum value of V, we have to express V in terms of one variable only. So let us replace r square here. R square equal to, it will be r square minus h square by 4. Using this relation, we have replaced r square equal to this minus this into h. Now you can see the volume V is only in terms of h. So if we take LCM, 4 will be the LCM. It will be pi by 4 into 4r square minus h square into h, and V will be equal to pi by 4r square h minus h cube. This is our V in terms of one variable h. Now we have to find dVdh. So this is the value of dVdh, and now dVdh equal to 0 gives So putting value of dVdh equal to this, we get this relation. You can see here h is the variable. We are differentiating with in terms of h, dVdh. H is the variable, so you have to find the value of h, and from this relation h equal to, h will be 2r by root 3. H equal to 2r by root 3. This is the stationary point. H equal to 2r by root 3. Now we have to find d2vdh square. So d2vdh square equal to pi by 4 into 0 minus 6h, because you can see d2vdh equal to 4r square. R is constant given radius of the sphere. This value of derivative of this is 0 and the derivative of this is 6h. As our stationary point is h equal to 2r by root 3, this is our stationary point. Putting h equal to 2r by root 3, we get this, which is negative, less than 0. Value of this is less than 0, minus of something. Therefore V is maximum when h equal to 2r by root 3. This is the first part of the question. Now the next part is to find the maximum volume. To find maximum volume, you can see V equal to pi by 4 into 4r square h minus h cube. This is V in terms of h. V in terms of h. And we have what we get now. V is the maximum when h equal to 2r by root 3. So maximum value of V is, we have to put h equal to 2r by root 3 in this relation. H equal to 2r by root 3 in this relation to get the maximum value of V. So 4 pi r cube divided by 3 root 3 is the maximum volume of the cylinder, and volume will be maximum when the height of the cylinder is 2r by root 3. Our next question is from NCERT book. Show that the semi-vertical angle of the cone of maximum volume and of given slant height is tan inverse of root 2. Now if we consider different cones with a fixed slant height, you can see semi-vertical angle of the cone of maximum volume and of given slant height. Suppose slant height of a cone is given, say 10 meter. If we draw different cones with slant height 10, then the cone whose volume is maximum, its semi-vertical angle will be tan inverse of root 2. With a given slant height, if we draw different cones, then the cone whose volume is maximum, its slant height, its semi-vertical angle will be tan inverse of root 2. Let us draw a rough sketch of the cone. So let us consider the cone with the given slant height L. L is the given slant height. Let us consider that L is the given slant height. With slant height L, if we draw different cones, then the cone whose volume is maximum, its semi-vertical angle, that is this angle, will be tan inverse of root 2. When this angle is tan inverse of root 2, the volume of the cone will be maximum. You can see, show that semi-vertical angle of the cone of maximum volume. We have to show the maximum volume is, we have to show volume is maximum when the semi-vertical angle is tan inverse root 2, when this angle is tan inverse of root 2. So let us write given slant height be L. Given slant height means we have to consider this as constant. So write let L equal to given slant height of the cone. With that, we have assumed that h equal to height of the cone and r is the radius of the base. L is the given slant height means the thing which is given, we have to consider that as constant. So L is constant, but h and r we have assumed, so therefore h and r are variable. What is the relation between these three? Here L square is equal to h square plus r square. Next, what we have to show? The volume of the cone is maximum. Let us write the formula for the volume of the cone. Now, volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. We have to show that volume is maximum when the slant height is tan inverse of root 2. Now, to show V is maximum, we have to express V in terms of one variable, in terms of single variable, either in terms of r or in terms of h. Now, using this relation, L square equal to h square plus r square, from this relation, r square equal to L square minus h square. So you can write r square equal to L square minus h square. Now you can see V is now in terms of only one variable h. So V equal to 1 by 3 pi L square h minus h cube. Now V is expressed in terms of one variable h. Now we can easily find the maximum value of V. Now dVdh equal to, so dVdh equal to this, and dVdh equal to 0 gives 1 by 3 pi into L square minus 3h square equal to 0. Here h is the variable, so you have to find h in terms of L. So h will be equal to L by root 3. Okay. Now this is our stationary point. Now d2v dh square equal to, this is a dVdh, d2v dh square will be, so d2v dh square equal to, from this relation d2v dh square, differentiating this we get 1 by 3 pi into 0 minus 6h, and putting the value of h is the stationary point, putting h equal to L by root 3, we get this. Now this value of d2v dh square is minus of something, so less than 0, the value of this is less than 0, therefore V is maximum. V is maximum when h equal to L by root 3. When h equal to L by root 3, we have this relation L square equal to, you can see L square equal to h square plus r square. L square equal to h square plus r square. L equal to root 3h. So L square will be 3h square equal to h square plus r square. From this relation we will get 2h square equal to r square. So r square by h square equal to, or we'll write r square by h square equal to 2. R by h will be root over 2. R square by h square is 2. R by h is root 2. Now, in this figure, if we consider this triangle, suppose alpha is the semi-vertical angle, suppose, then for this angle, this is in this triangle, this is the perpendicular, this is the base, perpendicular by base is tan alpha. So r by h is equal to, implies we can write r by h equal to tan alpha is equal to root 2. What is alpha? Alpha is the semi-vertical angle. We can write here also, let alpha equal to semi-vertical angle of the cone. And you say r by h perpendicular by base is tan alpha. So tan alpha equal to r by h equal to tan alpha equal to root 2. And so alpha equal to tan inverse of root 2. So what we have proved, when alpha equal to, when h, v is maximum when h equal to L by root 3, and when h equal to L by root 3, semi-vertical angle is tan inverse of root 2. So when semi-vertical is tan inverse of root 2, the volume of the cone is maximum. When alpha equal to tan inverse of root 2, volume of the cone is maximum. This is what we have to prove. Our next question is from NCERT book. It's a very important question. Prove that the volume of the largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. Now, what is given? Prove that the volume of the largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r. A sphere is given of radius r. So, here first of all r is constant, and what is given? A sphere is given of a radius r. Suppose this is the given sphere of radius r. Now, inside it we can draw cones of different shape. We can draw cone inside this given sphere. Now the largest cone, the volume of the largest cone that can be drawn inside the sphere, the volume of the largest cone which can be drawn inside the given sphere will be of volume 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So if we inside a given sphere, if we draw different cone inside it, then the largest cone will be of volume 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. The largest cone that can be inscribed in a sphere, the largest cone which can be inscribed, which can be drawn inside a sphere, will be of volume 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. So suppose this is a cone inside the given sphere. R is the radius of the sphere, so this length is R, this length is also R, these are the radius of the sphere. Let this length, suppose this is center of the sphere, this is suppose A, B, C. Let this length OB, let OB be equal to x. Let OB equal to x. Here x is the variable, R is the given sphere, so R is the radius of the given sphere, so R is constant. So here OA equal to OC equal to radius of the sphere, which is given, which is fixed, which is constant. We have assumed OB equal to x. In the triangle OCB, applying Pythagoras theorem, in the triangle OCB, R square is equal to x square plus BC square. So BC square equal to R square minus x square. What is BC? The radius of the base of the cone. So BC square equal to R square minus x square. Okay. Now what we have to prove? the volume of the largest cone. Volume is the largest, volume is the maximum. We have to show volume is the maximum. Okay, so first of all, let me write the volume. Let V be the volume of the cone. So V equal to 1 by 3 pi r square. R means radius of the base, which is BC. So I'll write BC square into height. What is the height of the cone? It is AB. I'll write AB. Now 1 by 3 pi BC square equal to, you can see it is r square minus x square. What is AB? You can see AB equal to r plus x. It is r plus x. You can see we have expressed the volume in terms of single variable x. So what is the question? I am saying again. So if we draw cones inscribed in the given sphere, if we draw cones inscribed in the given sphere, inside the given sphere, if we do different cones of different shapes which inscribed in the sphere, then the cone whose volume is the maximum, then the cone whose volume is maximum will be 8 by 27 part of the volume of the sphere. The cone whose volume is maximum, its volume will be 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. Now we have to find maximum value of V. For that we have to find dV dx. First we have multiplied these two terms and differentiating, we get this. Now dV dx equal to 0 gives, if we put dV dx equal to 0, value of this will be 0, and from that we will get r square minus 2xr minus 3x square is equal to 0. And now from this relation, after simplifying, we get r minus 3x into r plus x is equal to 0. From this, as r is the x is the variable, you can see we have find dV dx, means x is the variable, so we have to find x. So x equal to, it will be r by 3 from this and minus of r. Now x means this length, which cannot be negative, length cannot be negative, but x is greater than 0, therefore x must be equal to r by 3. So this is our stationary points. Now this is our dV dx. We have to find d2v dx square. Therefore d2v dx square is equal to 1 by 3 pi. You can see 1 by 3 pi. This is constant, it will be 0. Derivative of this will be minus 2r. This derivative of this will be minus 6x. It will be minus 2r minus 6x. Therefore d2v dx square at x equal to r by 3. If we put x equal to r by 3, it will be minus of 2r minus of 2r, so it will be 1 by 3 pi into minus of 4r, which is less than 0 as minus sign is there. So v is the maximum. V is maximum when x equal to r by 3. And now you see, this is the v, this is v in terms of x only, v in terms of x. And what we get just now, v is the maximum when x equal to r by 3. So putting x equal to r by 3 in this relation, we will get a maximum value of v. So putting x equal to r by 3 in this relation, which will give us the maximum volume of the cone, in this relation we get maximum volume of the cone is this 8 by 27 into, this is the volume of the sphere, 8 by 27 into volume of the sphere. So what we have seen, the volume of the cone is maximum when x equal to r by 3. And what is the maximum volume of the cone? It is 8 by 27 into the volume of the sphere. Maximum volume, so maximum volume of the cone is 8 by 27 of the volume of the sphere. Our next question is, the sum of the perimeter of a circle and a square is k, where k is some constant. Prove that sum of their areas is least. This means we have to prove the sum of their areas is minimum when the side of the square is double the radius of the circle. What is given? The sum of the perimeter of a circle and a square. Suppose this is a square, length of each side suppose x, and this is a circle of radius r. Okay, so we have assumed that x equal to length of each side of the square, r equal to radius of the circle, and given sum of perimeter of the circle and square. So according to question, the perimeter of the square is 4x, perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r, and their sum is constant k. This is given. What you have to show? Prove that the sum of their areas is least, sum of their areas is minimum. So let us assume that a equal to sum of their areas. So a equal to area of square x square plus area of circle pi r square. Now we have to show that area is least when the length of the side is equal to double the radius. That is, we have to show x equal to 2r. When x equal to 2r, a is minimum. We have to find the minimum value of a. For that, we have to express a in terms of one variable only, and either in terms of x or in terms of r by using this relation. Now from 1, r equal to k minus 4x by 2 pi, and simplifying we get a equal to this. Now you can see here a is only in terms of x, a is expressed in terms of single variable. Now we have to find dA dx, which is equal to 2x plus 1 by 4 pi into 2 into k minus 4x into minus of 4. And so cancelling 4 and multiplying, we get this is the value of dA dx. Now dA dx equal to 0 gives, so putting the dA dx equal to 0 gives, putting dA dx, the value of dA dx, you get this relation, and from this we can write 1 plus 4 by pi is equal to k by pi. So and ultimately x will be equal to k by 4 plus pi. This is our stationary point. Solving dA dx equal to 0, we get x equal to k by 4 plus pi. Now differentiating dA dx, we get d2a dx square equal to 2 plus 8 by pi, and therefore d2a dx square at stationary point x equal to k by 4 plus pi equal to this, which is clearly positive, and so a is minimum when x equal to k by 4 plus pi. Now a is minimum when x equal to k by 4 plus pi. From this relation, in this relation, if we put x equal to k by 4 plus pi, we will get this relation, 4 into k by 4 plus pi plus 2 pi r equal to, from this we get this relation, and from this we will get 2 pi r equal to k minus 4k by 4 plus pi. From this we will get 2 pi r equal to, it will be 4 plus pi will be our LCM, numerator will be k pi. Cancelling pi we will get twice r equal to k by 4 plus pi, and you can see k by 4 plus pi is x, so twice r equal to x. So what we have proved, a is a minimum when x equal to this, and when x equal to this we will get x equal to 2r. So a is minimum when x equal to 2r. Therefore a is minimum when x means length of the side of the square is equal to twice the radius of the circle, x equal to 2r. Next question is, an open box with a square base is to be made out of a given quantity of cardboard of area 6 square units. show that the maximum volume of the box is c cube by 6 root 3 cubic units. An open box with a square base is to be made out of a given quantity of cardboard of area. Suppose this is a given quantity of cardboard. Its area is c square. Now with this cardboard, a piece of cardboard is given of area c square. With this, what we have to form? We have to form an open box. An open box with a square base is to be made. My figure is not correct, but you can see the base. The square base means the length and breadth of the base are equal. The length and breadth of the base are equal. Suppose x is the length, x is the breadth, and let us assume that y be the height of the with this piece of cardboard. With this piece of cardboard, a cardboard is given of area c square units, and with this cardboard, by cutting this cardboard, we construct an open box with square base. Okay, suppose x is the length, y is the breadth of the base, and y be the height of the box. So x is the length of the base, x is the breadth of the base. As it is of square shape, the base is square shape. So x are length and breadth of the base, and y is the height. Now how much wood is required to construct this box? Let us find the surface area. Let us find the surface area of the box. Area of this part is x square, because it is square in shape, square base. Area of this part is xy. Area of this part is xy. So xy plus xy, 2xy. Area of front side, you can see this length is this length is x, and this is y. Height is y, because so therefore this is y. So area of the front side is xy. Area of back side is also xy. So area of all the four faces is xy. Area of each of the four faces is xy. So here we have four lateral faces. So area of four lateral faces will be 4 into xy. The top of the box is open. So this much wood is used to construct this box. Now what is the given quantity of cardboard? Is c square. So area of the cardboard which is used to form the box is equal to total surface area of the box. Base x square, area of four lateral sides 4xy. So x square plus 4xy equal to c square. And what we have to show? We have to show that the maximum volume of the box is this. Okay. So first of all, we get the volume. Let V be the volume of the box. Volume of the box. V equal to length into breadth into height will be x square into y. We have to find maximum value of V. We have to find the maximum volume. For that we have to express V in terms of only one variable. So let me write V equal to x square into y equal to, I will write in this way, c square minus x square by 4x. And now cancelling x and multiplying, the 1x will remain here. With that, if we multiply this, we will get V equal to 1 by 4 into c square x minus x cube. Here we have expressed V in terms of one variable x. Now we have to find the maximum value of V. For that we have to find dV dx, which is 1 by 4 into c square minus 3x square. Now we have to find stationary point. For that dV dx equal to, and dV dx equal to 0 gives. So dV dx equal to 0 gives x equal to c by root 3. This is our stationary point. Now d2v dx square. This is our dV dx. d2v dx square will be 1 by 4 into minus of 6x, because derivative of c square is 0. d2b dx square at x equal to c by root 3 will be 1 by 4 into minus 6 into c by root 3, which is clearly negative. You can see minus of something which is less than 0. Therefore, v is the maximum when x equal to c by root 3. So, v is the maximum when x equal to c by root 3. We have this relation v equal to 1 by 4 into c square x minus x cube. Putting x equal to c by root 3 here, we will get the maximum value of v. Therefore, so putting x equal to c by root 3 in this relation, we get this equal to c cube. If we simplify, we will get c cube by 6 root 3. So this is the maximum volume of the box. So I have written unit here, cubic unit, which is unit of volume. So I have solved some questions, some word problems from the chapter maxima minima today. In the last class also I solved some 5 or 6 questions in the last class. So these are some questions, some word problems from the topic maxima and minima. These are very important. You will get one 6-mark question from this chapter. So that's all about applications of derivative. In the next class I will start integration. That's all for today. Thank you.